You have heard this before: purity, intention, reality is reflection. But let the words soften. Feel them not as concepts, but as vibrations flowing through your body, like ripples on still water. This is not theory. It is the rhythm of your own being, not an abstract idea, but the pulse of matter, the whisper of the universe moving through you. When the ancient seers looked deep into the essence of life, they saw a mystery. Nothing exists until you look. A particle is everywhere until the gaze brings it here. They called it superposition. We may call it potential. A vast field of choices, a sea of possibilities, waiting for your touch. Your intention is the hand that stirs the waters, not magic. Focus, the point where infinite paths collapse into one. Close your eyes. Notice how your breath becomes the observer. Notice how your thought shapes the moment. The unseen becomes form, the possible becomes real. This is the law of the observer. What you hold in your sight, in your heart, comes alive. The rest waits as a silent garden, untouched. Your mornings, your meetings, your loves, your health, they rise to meet the quality of your attention. Wake with weariness, and the world mirrors it back. Wake with openness, and life rearranges itself to match. Attention is the sculptor, intention is the brush, and reality is the canvas that bends to your stroke. The sages said, "We are what we think." The mystics whispered, "The outer is the inner revealed." Clear the mirror of your soul, and the world clears with it. So, begin here. Notice where your gaze rests. Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it longing? That is the light you are casting. Shift gently, without struggle, without force. Say to yourself, "I choose to see what else is possible." And the field begins to move, not at once, perhaps, but like dawn unfolding, the world begins to shift its colors. Reality is a weave of infinite threads. Your focus selects one, and the tapestry changes. Courage or fear, openness or closure, strength or tenderness. Whichever you feed with your gaze becomes your truth. Within you, there are countless roads. You do not walk them all. You become the traveler, and the path rises to meet your feet. Sometimes, change is not force, but surrender. Not breaking the wall, but stepping into a place where the wall no longer stands. Like a wave leaving one rhythm and entering another, you are not separate. Entanglement binds you. Two people, two places, two hearts across distance. What shifts in you echoes in them. You do not need to explain. You only need to vibrate differently. And trust, not every step must be mapped. The unknown is not always chaos. Sometimes it is the only doorway. When heart, mind, and body move as one, coherence arises. A single beam of light, unbroken, unstoppable. This is when the field listens most deeply. This is when life responds. Breathe through the heart. Whisper, "What do I truly feel now?" And notice how reality reshapes around your honesty. All the strange words: observation, potentiality, superposition, entanglement, coherence. They all sing the same song, that you are not fixed, that you are alive in infinite ways, that you are both the witness and the creator. And as you choose, so the world becomes. Reality is not solid. It breathes, it bends, it listens. It answers to the state of your being in the moment of choice. It does not come to you by itself. It awakens through you. You are not trapped in one line. You can shift. You can step out of the old stream and walk into another. It is not because the universe is indifferent. It is because you are the very center of the universe you live within. The pulse, the seed, the eye of creation itself. We do not truly change. The outer, we refine the clarity of our inner field. And in that purification, the outer begins to shimmer differently. This is not poetry, it is living resonance. The physics of perception, flowing through body, heart, and mind. Each choice, each state, writes itself into your brain, into your blood, into the very fabric of your destiny. The ancient ones whispered of it. Today, some call it neuroplasticity, but names do not matter. What matters is the feeling. Every time you repeat a thought, a reaction, a state, you weave another thread into your inner tapestry. If you wake each dawn with the same rush, the same worries, the same hunger for noise, you step into the old circle and nothing changes. But if you pause, just a breath, just a moment to listen within, a new pathway lights up, fragile at first, trembling like a newborn flame. But if you return, again and again, it strengthens. And soon, it is not you clinging to the old. It is the old that no longer holds you. This is transformation, not by fighting, not by forcing, but by tuning your frequency and letting the body, the brain, the soul realign. Even your genes are not a prison. They are keys, waiting for your hand. What awakens them is not fate, but environment. And the most intimate environment is your state. Shame can press one key, punishment unfolding in the body. Tension can awaken illness, but trust, gratitude, stillness, they silence the programs of suffering and awaken the codes of healing. Your DNA is not a script, but an instrument. You are not its audience. You are the one playing. Each feeling is a note, each breath a melody dot, and with a shift of inner tone, the music of your body, your mind, your life begins to change. Hormones, immunity, sleep, vitality all answer to the sound you create within. This is not miracle. This is the deeper science of being dot, and when you merge this with presence, with focus, with the point of choice, you are no longer repairing yourself. You are rewriting your line of destiny. How do you cross into another line of reality? Not by breaking walls, but by dissolving them. Not by struggle, but by tunneling through. One moment you fight, resist, explain. The next you are simply not there anymore. The system collapses without your fuel. What fed it was your attention. Withdraw the current, and the current dies. This is not passivity. This is stepping into another layer of the field. Like a particle appearing on the far side of the wall, you emerge in a new density, a new rhythm, a new possibility. You feel it as a sudden lightness. I am no longer there, not a thought, but a vibration, a shift in frequency, and you are already walking a different path. And then comes the mystery of connection. Once the sparks have touched, they remain entwined, no matter the distance. Science calls it entanglement. The soul calls it remembrance. Have you not felt it? The sudden echo of a loved one's thought before the call. The wave of unease, moments before their voice tells you why. It is not memory. It is the living thread still pulsing between you. Love, fear, pain, devotion, they weave bonds that cross time and space. But you are not a captive. You can either be pulled by them unconsciously, or you can breathe into them with awareness. Acknowledge, release, transform. For you are not only the traveler of paths, you are the one who shapes the roads themselves. When you shift the vibration of your connection, everything around you begins to move. The other may not notice, may not name it yet. Their voice, their gestures, their very field start to flow differently, because the space itself has already changed. This is most visible in the threads of family, in the echoes of old wounds, in the delicate bonds of relationship. You do not break the loop by force, by convincing, by endless struggle. You step into another frequency, and suddenly the knot loosens. Entanglement is not the enemy. It is a mirror, a reminder that you are always influencing, even from afar, even in silence. In the mysteries of physics, they say, you cannot know both the place and the movement at once. When you hold the form, the flow disappears. When you follow the flow, the form dissolves. They call it uncertainty, but beyond numbers, it is the law of life itself. Every time you try to control, to predict, to lock the path in advance, you lose the path. For life is not certainty. Life is a dance. At each crossroad, you ask for guarantees, no pain, no mistake, no loss. But the soul whispers, there are no guarantees, only the pulse here, I am alive. Only the whisper here, I can hear, even if I do not know. And when you live from this space of trust, without the full map, yet with presence, you enter a reality, woven not from calculation, but from surrender. You cannot both control and flow. You either stand and know, or you walk and discover. And in walking, doors appear that never existed before. This is the sacred gift of uncertainty. You do not force the step, you take it. And the ground rises to meet your foot when body, heart, and awareness gather into one flame. When thought, feeling, and breath sing the same note, you enter coherence. Not a concept, but a resonance. In that state, you are no longer split, no longer heavy, dragging through the day. You become clear, luminous, whole, and the world feels it. You enter a room, and without a word the air shifts, not because you dominate, but because you are aligned. Presence becomes the influence. From here, relationships heal, tension unravels, answers arrive without effort. This is not force, it is resonance. And you can awaken it now, not through theories, but through the whisper. I choose to be in harmony with myself. There the new line of reality is waiting. Not the one where you fight, but the one where you simply choose, with silence, with presence, with yourself. And now, there is nothing to do, nothing to prove, nothing to understand. Just be here, like this. Listen to the body, feel the breath, notice the space between, and inside, silence. A silence where there is no answer, and no question, no weight of past, no rush of future, only the stillness before the first note, only the presence before the first step. You are here, and that is enough.